Day one of the free agency signings, and the Leafs did nothing. Brian Burke was in Kandahar along with Luke Shen, so he left the task of signing Brad Richards to his management team, led by Dave Nonis and Cliff Fletcher. Now, they were up against the New York Rangers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Los Angeles Kings, and at the last minute, the Calgary Flames. They were all lined up outside his agent's office in Mississauga, in Leafs Nation, and each team made a presentation as to why he should sign with them, and that they're actually going to win the Stanley Cup with him, and that he's better off with their team more than any other team. But unfortunately, even though the Toronto Maple Leafs offered him a 6-year deal that would have had him earning a lot more money than any of the other teams who are interested in his services, he chose the Rangers over the Leafs. Other than playing with Tortorella, I don't know what the heck could have made him choose the Rangers over the Leafs. I mean, compared to the Leafs, the Rangers suck. I mean, the Leafs have a much better chance at winning the Stanley Cup, even without him in the lineup. And for some reason, Glenn Sather got him to think that the Rangers had the best chance at winning the Stanley Cup. Wow, he must have been very persuasive. But, yeah. So in day 2, the Leafs had to go with their backup plan. Signed Tin Connolly to a 2-year, $9.5 million contract. Now that's really good. I mean, he's a centerman. Because he's probably like the second best centerman who is available in the free agency. And so this is a good contract. 2 years at $9.5 million in total. The reason why it's such a short-term contract is because Tin Connolly has had a history of injury problems, although he was pretty much injury-free last year, but they don't want to take any chances. So if he proves injury-free in the 2 years, I think Brian Burke might offer him a long-term contract. The other negative about this is that he shoots on the same side as Phil Kessel. Right. So it might be a bit of a dilemma in terms of passing to Phil Kessel and Kessel passing to him. But then again, he has one of the best backhanders in the league, so it might actually turn out pretty well. And on day 3, the Leafs didn't make a signing, but they made a trade. And they acquired Matthew Lombardi and Cody Fransen in exchange for Robert Slanley, and this made Leaf fans really, really excited. But Brent Lebda was traded. Woo! Party time! It's bigger fireworks than the Canada Day fireworks could ever make. Wow! Brent Lebda traded to Nashville. And some of those guys on the Nashville Facebook page think that they're getting a great veteran defenseman. Obviously, these guys haven't seen him play with the Leafs. I mean, he's only gotten 1 goal with the Leafs. That's sad. Not to mention he was a -3 when the Leafs destroyed the Atlanta Thrashers, who are now the Winnipeg Jets, 9-3. How can somebody be -3 when their team wins 9-3? Come on. Well, good luck in Nashville. -3 and a 9-3 win. That is sad. I mean, yeah, it's sort of like making fun of a Leaf player, but then again, I kind of thought he'd do well, but he didn't live up to his standards. So, good luck in Nashville. And the Leafs got Cody Fransen and Matthew Lombardi, as I said. Now, Matthew Lombardi may be a centerman, but he's only played 2 games last year. He missed the entire season because of an injury. Now, he says he's going to be ready for training camp this upcoming season, but I don't know. I mean, we've signed and traded for 2 centermen, and they've had a history of being injury prone, so even Leafs fan and Big D would be skeptical about this trade and signing. But hey, you know what? This is like the first 3 days of the free agency signing, so the Leafs have a lot more work to do. Like, they have to re-sign Shen, re-sign Clark MacArthur, and that might eat up the rest of the cap space that the Leafs have left. So, and a lot of Leaf fans are talking trade for Stamkos' rights or submit an offer sheet, but it sounds to me like if they are going to re-sign Luke Schenn and Clark MacArthur, which I hope they will, they're going to have to make a trade for the rights to Stamkos. Or at least I think it was Stamkos I said earlier, but because we're going to be up against the cap wall, and I don't think we'll be able to make Stamkos an offer that Tampa Bay will not be able to match if we sign Luke Schenn and MacArthur. But hey, you know what? We'll have to see what happens by the end of the month, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the new look Leafs coming this fall. I can't wait to see them make the playoffs. I can't wait to see them win the Stanley Cup this year. And yes, I'm still going to say the Leafs will win the Stanley Cup this year, and I am not going to change my mind about that. So, go ahead. Feel free to make fun of me. I don't care. Nevertheless, I'm still going to say the Leafs win the Stanley Cup this year. So, until the Leafs make another free agent signing or a trade or whatever, go Leafs go!